But we vibing to it. I'm not sure though.
From a player's perspective, what impressed you the most about the way you guys played tonight?
I think our togetherness, man, it's been huge for us on the defensive end and offensive end. I think the ability for us to come together and do it for long stretches of the game has been huge.
Yeah, one thing that Hubert was in there talking about was saying, guys at this point aren't concerned about, who starts, who comes off the bench. People just want to contribute. Yeah. Obviously, he was Seth did that. You guys were the two leading scorers. Just, I guess, what was the process for you guys of just embrace that mentality of whenever I'm on the court, whether or not I start, I'm just going to do what I
do? It's part of, like I said, part of togetherness. But I would say that's definitely just understanding who we are and who we need to be, and how much our impact off the bench is a factor for us. So embracing our role and embracing who we are as a team and what we're going to be and what we need to be to win is huge. And I think me and Seth are doing a great job of that right now. And everybody else is doing the same thing.
Can you explain this locker room?
One example of it, but it's many more examples. We're together right now.
When guys that can't sing are singing loud, I mean, you guys are
like the media.
Well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good sign.
The media doesn't sound like they're very good at it.
Nah, I don't think we got anybody that's really good at it. Besides me, I'm alright. But any of them, they aren't good. But we having fun, man. We enjoying each other.
Did you guys sing much this season at all before the last 3 weeks or so?
It's spurts. But I think this last few weeks is definitely brought our chemistry to an all-time high. And it's great to be around. It's great to hear and see. So, it's just great right now.
What's the biggest difference in this team from the last time you played Duke?
Last time we played Duke, I think we got a whole bunch of guys who figured out who they are and they stepped up and gonna impact the game in a lot of ways, With Jay Witt, especially one, me and Seth getting it going. And I think we found rotations and lineups and understanding of each other that works. And it's going to help us drastically. Yeah.
What's Saturday going to be like, you think?
Man.
Just what the atmosphere going to be like in the spring?
Man, I'm not sure, but I'm ready for it. I'm glad I get to be a part of this game. I'm glad I get to, in a few years, tell my kids or whoever that I played in the Duke vs. UC game at the Dean. So I think it's going to be amazing. I know our crowd's going to be there, ready, hyped up, fired up. Us coming from 6-game streak, so we're ready, man. We're ready. Our crowd is ready, and we're going to go get a win.
Ian, how would you describe the gear that you all have found to take these leads from 8 to 10-point leads up to 15, 20, and tonight, it was 30. That's also another aspect of this winning streak where you've been able to sort of step on teams and not let them get anywhere close to you.
I think it's us. It's us just. I think it's just us just being able to do the same thing for 40 minutes. Do the same thing for 40 minutes, Get to a certain level and hold that level and expect more out of each other and as a team throughout the whole 40 minutes.
You're really feeling with the catch and shoot, so is it nice to find a rhythm there?
Yeah, man, it's always good. I'm wide open. So whenever I get to get wide open shots, I'll take them, man. I'll take them. I'm never complaining about wide open ones. No problem.
Appreciate it, dude.
Absolutely.
It kind of sounds a lot about the way the team's feeling.
Yeah. So, happy.
How much did you guys sing before the last 3 weeks?
Not too much. Not too much. That's just, maybe not at all.
Okay, I asked Ian this. I'm going to ask you. I got to ask it. When guys that can't sing are singing really loud, is that a sign that things are going well?
Absolutely. We ignore it. We ignore the bad voices. We just tune it out, We listen to the music and just have a good time, but it's definitely a good sign.
Seth, the guy tried to. Go ahead.
So, it seemed like for you, coming into the game, you really wanted to be a tone setter. You were getting deflections. Obviously, you had the dunk at the end. You were swinging on the how much the end one as well. Yeah, just like I guess how much of a mindset was that for you to just kind of go in there and just change things?
It was huge. The way I view my position now is just come off the bench and continue to be who I am, but try and be the biggest boost that I can possibly be. So it was, a close game when I was in the game for a little bit, but we kind of just flipped the switch. At one of our timeouts, I forgot when it was, but we came out the game and just started firing. So I just try and be a boost for this team.
Yeah, there was a point.
Can you feel that with the energy you're bringing, like it changing a game?
Absolutely. I know guys feed off of it. Guys feed off of it last year. And there's been a lot of games this year where I haven't had it, and it's made a huge difference. So just trying to do my best to make sure that I'm continuing to bring it throughout the stretch.
You flushed a couple today. Hubert has mentioned in the past that sometimes when you get up there, you play around with the ball, everybody wants you to dunk it. Has that been something they've been talking to you about? You did it twice tonight.
Yeah.
When you dunk it, it's 2 points.
It's been something I've been on myself about also. All the coaching staff has been on me about it. You have all this bounce, but you don't like to dunk. So I know it's been a little while since I've gotten one. So I just try to be as aggressive as I possibly could on the rim today.
The one you had at the end of the first half, you missed a three. Van Allen gets the rebound, takes a dribble, sees you cutting. Kind of describe that play because he, almost like he had eyes in the back.
Start off, I really shouldn't have settled. I was feeling it, but I shouldn't have settled. I should have got to the rim, try to draw a foul or and one or kick to an open guy. But I did. Van did an incredible job just getting in position and getting the offensive rebound. And I saw him holding the ball, and I saw a wide open lane for me. So. Dunk is a free 2 points, so I made sure to cut right away and just try and get on the rim.
Now, Hubert was mentioned after the game, not so much the dunks, but the block you made.
Oh, yeah.
The guy tried to body up on you and shoot over you early, and you put him on the floor, you put him the ball.
I should have been there a little earlier. Just to be in weak side position, but, I made a good play.
No foul.
Let it be known a little bit, but that's just what I try to do. I'm a defensive guy, so I just kind of got to be the anchor for the team defensively.
And you came in and scored also.
Yeah. Yes,
sir. All in one.
Yeah, I did get popped the nose. It scared me a little bit. I've never had a broken nose. Don't know what that felt like. So that made me a little nervous.
Right, Doug was checking it out.
I was good.
It's not broken.
No. A little bruise.
Was that on the block shot?
No, it was off the layup that I got right after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys were down 23-21. Then you outscored 48-12, spanning both halves. And you went up 69-35. Was that the best basketball you guys have played, in which every little thing that you can do well, you did well in that stretch?
I've never heard of us going on the 48-12 run against just a high-major opponent like that this whole season. So I think it speaks for itself.
You guys were having bigger
says
runs.
yes.
It used to be 8-2. Now they're 15-4, 18-4, 21. This thing was, at one point, I think it was 26-5.
Yeah, I think it just speaks for itself.
But why? What is the difference in you guys being able to turn it up and keep it up?
We're just playing for each other. We're playing for the jersey on our name now. I think that we're all finally realizing the special opportunity that we have, and realize we only get a few more games to make the most of it. So I think we've done a really good job in just these last 6 games, just capitalizing and really emphasizing what it means to be a Tar Heel, what it means to play here, and just what it means to have such a family, a group of 15 plus the coaches and everything. It's a special opportunity.
Seth, you're in position to be the league rebounder on the team this year. You're not exactly 6'8". What goes into being the locker room right there?
Maybe that's what we're hearing. There's a lot of bad singing in there. I asked a couple of the guys about, is that a good sign? The guys that can't sing are singing loud.
Yeah, and I think it's a good sign that we're just having fun.
RJ, this is the first time you guys have had at least 10 3-pointers in 3 consecutive games since the first 3 games of the 2022 NCAA tournament. Are you seeing shades of 2022 in this turnaround in February and through March?
Yeah, I do. I think what we see is we're envisioning ourselves and to put ourselves in good positions leading up into this next stretch of, obviously March and the ACC tournament and then wanting to get to the NCAA tournament. So I think we're envisioning success right now, and we're actually believing and playing with confidence right now. So I don't want to compare. I don't like doing the comparisons of 2022 and to this year's team, totally different teams, but. I think for us, we're just starting to see when we do dive in, when we do little things turn out great for us.
RJ, you didn't have to take a shot in the second half.
Yeah, I was mad.
Well, what were you thinking as that lead got bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're not having to score a point?
Yeah, I think it's just everyone's contributing, and I think what set the tone for us was our defense. We was able to get stops and then run in transition, and overall, and I was kind of just messing with you, but I'm just happy with just that everyone's able to chime in and get some points. I think we had, I don't know how many guys, 6 again or 7?
5 at least.
5 at least in double figures, and
yeah.
I think that's 4 games in a row, 5 games in a row, something like that.
It was 6 and 5, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's the first time in Carolina history. So when you have games like that, and when I don't have to shoot the ball or score the second half, and then I get to sit out the last 13 minutes of the game, I want more of that. So.
Did you hurt your elbow today? It looked like your left elbow got kind of
Yeah, I
bad.
tried to chase. I think it was shoot over a screen. And Poteet had got it.
So
Yeah.
getting a little rest for your body, winning by a big margin, that's going into the game you guys got going into. That's a pretty good thing.
Yeah,
too.
100%. So I wasn't complaining. The fun thing for me is to be able to cheer my teammates on and let them get their sign. And I go out there and just hoop because they were doing that today.
RJ, what's Saturday going to be like for you?
Very emotional. I don't think I put into perspective, like, of how long I've been here, but then just all the games that and the practices and just overall just my career, being as a UNC athlete, and for it to be my last time, like kind of just like playing on that floor is definitely gonna hit. I don't think I've really thought about it yet because I've been doing a one game approach, but for me, it's just gonna be my approach to the game is just gonna be enjoy every moment of this. It's gonna be my last time playing on this court right now, that tunnel. So enjoy every single moment, the good, the bad, the good stretches, the bad stretches we had during that game. So and then overall, just come out with a win.
Are you an emotional game?
Nah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, I was definitely emotional last year when we was Bama, but it was crazy because I think the only first time I was about to cry was probably like my freshman year. I think it's because I saw Garrison cry, so that kind of hit home for me.
You remember Armando was crying his eyes out last year, the last home game, and you were like, well, it hadn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
You were like kind of surprised that you were like composed. I remember talking to you.
Yeah.
But when we left the locker room, I don't think you were.
No, he wasn't. He never did.
I remember I tapped over and
I think it's because I knew like I had another year, so maybe that's why it didn't hit me. I had the year I had like successfully individually, but I knew like there was still a possibility of coming back. Yeah. So that could have played, but now it's like there's no more coming back. So we'll see.
RJ, for you guys, obviously Seth and Ian led you guys in scoring. Ever since y'all have gone to that bigger lineup, you have two of your top three leading scorers come off the bench. How much of an added dynamic do they give you from an offensive standpoint, when you guys leave and they can come in and do what they do?
Yeah, one thing the coaches really just preach on is like when your number is called, especially when you come off the bench, like, you have to be ready. And I think Seth and Ian are two products of being ready to play and coming out and contributing. Just the way they attack on offense and obviously just constantly stay aggressive makes the game easier and makes the game a lot easier for me because I don't have to do a lot of the scoring and whatnot. And I think it just makes it more fun when you have multiple guards that's able to kind of just create for their own, but they also create for themselves and rally the points. That's winning basketball. And when you look at the Celtics, for instance, like every single time, I think, I don't want to say every single time, but every game that they play, they have a lot of guys that's in double digits. And different guys are leading different games and scoring. So that's kind of how I envision this team in terms of just like sharing the wealth.
RJ, since when you guys lost to Clemson, it was pretty low. But since then, you've done everything you've needed to do to get to here.
Yeah.
How would you compare where this team's confidence, spirit, I believe Ian was calling it the vibes, you know? How would you compare where just your spirit is over these last 6 wins?
I think we did a good job of flipping the page a little bit, right? We lost to Clemson, we got a little bit beat up out there, and then our whole mindset had just like shifted since that game. And we stayed together. We've been positive, and I think one thing about this group right now, we found our identity.
Yeah.
And, what that means is, Coach Davis always talks about like living in the trenches and doing all the little things, diving on the loose floor, being dogs defensively, and then that leads to offense because we know offense is always going to be fine, but defense really sets the tone for the rest of the game. So, and I think at the same time we're having fun.
Yeah.
And I think once you lose yourself into the game, once you actually have fun, things get taken care of, and that's what's happened for this stretch of games that we've gone on.
Hubert singled out you when you dove on the floor right near the baseline and were able to get rid of the ball. You guys went in transition as an example of the things you guys collectively are doing now that maybe wasn't happening as much before.
Yeah, 100%. I just think those are winning plays right there, and those those type of plays allow momentum to build, and it ignites the whole team. And I think once I dove on the floor, I think Seth was able to kind of just go from coast to coast and get fouled for a foul shot. So just like little plays like that kind of just leads to bigger plays, and you build off of them. So just glad that it's clicking right now. We're having those type of plays right now rather than early on in the season.
But you're down by 12 minutes in. How does it shift like that, just like that?
It takes everyone, right? And I think we did a good job of kind of just letting our stops defensively carry over for the rest of the game. And it flew. Like our pressure bothered them a little bit. We was able to kind of get into the ball handlers and force them to turn over, and then we was able to kind of play in transition, and that's the way we want to play. So I just think we do a good job of kind of just constantly and consistently building off of these defensive possessions. It creates a lot of advantages for us offensively.
What about Seth's block, the big block?
Yeah, that was
Put
huge.
the guy down, the ball down.
He spiked him.
It went
Yeah.
down and scored.
Yeah, like I think like just little plays like that. I don't know what happened. There's like miscommunication between like Elliott and I think Jay Wash, but just to have like the weak side presence and just help the helper defensively, that's huge for us, and that's winning basketball. That's winning plays right there, and that's what kind of helps us to keep the train moving. So yeah.
Quick one for you. You mentioned identity. What is the identity of this team right now?
The be dogs, and I think we bought into that. And like knowing that every game, I think we were kind of finding ourselves a little bit like here we go again with another game of back and forth, rather than just embracing that's who we are and that's our identities for this team. So just having that dog mentality, I think we've been doing. That's our identity.
Thanks, Ari.
Appreciate it, RJ.